This is exactly what we needed. Former Miami Heat player and longtime basketball star Victor Oladipo is working to make a comeback to the NBA. I'm here to break down really all the information that we know about his rehab process and his work back to the professional level, as well as why the Miami Heat would greatly benefit from acquiring someone like Oladipo. We'll break down all of that on this episode of Heat Digest, but first remember to scroll down and click that subscribe button, as nearly 90% of you guys watching this video are not currently subscribed. We do appreciate the love and support, so thank you guys. But now let's get to it and break down a Victor Oladipo reunion in Miami. Now, Oladipo has played for this Miami Heat organization before in the past. The only problem was he has been derailed with injuries, not only with his tenure in Miami, but the entirety of his existence and tenure in the professional league of the NBA. Oladipo has been dealing with substantial injury after substantial injury and has taken him off the court more than anyone has hoped for. Now, obviously, no one is rooting for injuries by any means, but Victor Oladipo is different. He has been beloved since he was drafted out of the University of Indiana back in 2013, where despite whether or not you loved Indiana, whether you loved him or not, the run he was on in college was otherworldly, and he was a must-watch TV night in and night out, and that's really what you saw once he was drafted in the NBA and through his tenure, regardless of whether or not he was in Indiana, Orlando, OKC, Miami, Houston. It did not matter. Victor Oladipo, when he was able to put his feet on the basketball court and actually play at a high level due to not having injuries, he was phenomenal. But again, the injuries have derailed him entirely. And if you look at his tenure specifically just in Miami, where he spent, 3 seasons with this Miami Heat organization, he was derailed entirely by injuries, missing up to 60-plus games with certain injuries, plus other ones for load management, as well as other minor injuries where he only missed, 35 games, 24 games, 7 games. That is still very substantial. And when I said minor, I was kind of just being sarcastic. Like, missing 30 games is real. Like, you cannot find your footing. We watched it last year with this Miami Heat organization and the year prior, when there are substantial injuries, or not even due to injury, but just problems and drama where players cannot get into the equation frequently. It is hard for them to find a groove, not only themselves independently, but as a team, as a whole. It is harder for them to fit into this schematically and really fit in and work out for this organization. So, if he were able to make a return, which it's seeming like is very, very likely for news we're about to break down in just a second, Oladipo could return to this Miami Heat organization and possibly take a Terry Rozier roster spot. I know it's going to be impossible to move him in the sense of a trade unless you just simply give him away for a single draft pick years down the line that is basically irrelevant to a team trying to win now. It seems very unlikely he will be moved, as we've broken that down multiple times on this channel, whether it's because of the gambling investigation he's currently under or just due to the lack of production and the very high price tag because of his contract. There is no trade market. But if the Miami Heat could move him and open up that third point guard position, I think Victor Oladipo would fit in greatly. And am I saying he will be a pass-first, ball-dominant point guard? No. But I'm saying at a guard position, more of a hybrid spot, Oladipo could work greatly. And no, we're not looking for that 20-point-per-game score that we saw back in Orlando when he was originally drafted, but just something along the lines of a complimentary guy coming off the bench that can give that second unit a real spark in the sense of offense, while also being respectable on the defensive end because of the athleticism and the overall size and stature he does maintain. The overall dream scenario, in my opinion, if Oladipo were brought into this Miami Heat organization, I think Pelle Larsson would then take the third overall point guard position rather than Terry Rozier, and then again, Victor Oladipo would find himself as the third string shooting guard for this Miami Heat organization. With the dynamic they have and the players they have and the versatility they maintain, I think this could really unlock this Miami Heat team going forward. Just think about it. Hero and Powell and the rest of the starting lineup would work out very, very well. But because of the units and because of having the matchup schematically against other very, very daunting matchups or just other teams, if you will, De'Vion Mitchell is going to have to get a lot of minutes defensively because that is simply what he brings to this team, and he's going to give anyone on the opposing side a very, very hard and long night if he is on the other side of them playing defense. Now, with that, you have Pelle Larsson, who has showed great strides not only through last season in the very small amount of reps he was actually able to get, but then through this summer league. We have seen good strides from Pelle Larsson going out there and looking like a sophomore and actually playing above the freshmen and those rookie guys that he's playing amongst and against, which I really enjoy. And I think, and we said this when he was drafted last year, as well as going through the summer league and through the small parts of the season that we got to see him in live game action, he has great potential and plays a great brand of basketball, not only offensively, but is willing to actually defend as well, despite not being the largest guard. He can play the one, he can play the two, more of a hybrid type of guy. Another example of the versatility and the flexibility this Heat team not only maintains, but could add to with someone like Victor Oladipo. I really do think a reunion with Victor and this Miami Heat organization would really be a dream made in heaven. Now, to the actual news and the information we got from this article published on ESPN just a few days ago, or just yesterday, I should say, from NBA insiders, or ESPN insiders, if you will. And it goes on to say, Victor Oladipo working towards NBA return. Oladipo last appeared in an NBA game in 2023 with the Miami Heat, where he tore his left patellar tendon in a playoff game against the Bucks. The two-time All-Star, who was 33 years of age, was part of a well-attended private workout in Las Vegas Monday morning, with a large contingent of NBA and European teams attending. Oladipo played full court 5-on-5 in a group workout of international pros. Multiple team sources in attendance came away impressed with Oladipo, described as being in excellent shape as he pursues another comeback. I would love to see this happen. There's clips all over the internet. I will tag one of them down below. I don't have them in front of me because the clips are just a little bit too long to actually play on YouTube and not get demonetized or anything else. But Oladipo looks like he is working at maximum power and he has maximum abilities back. Both clips that I have seen, he called game with a pair of dunks. Actually, no, I lied to you. One clip, he called game with a dunk, and then on the opening play of a pickup game, he had a dunk just looking like the one we just referenced, driving right down the heart of the lane. Doesn't matter, blowing right by the first defender, no one having enough time to move over and step in front of him to either take a charge or at least negate him to getting to the rim as easily as he did, and he ended up flushing it with one hand both times. Overall, looked very explosive, looked very, very quick on his feet, and still had the ability to maintain the basketball and handle the basketball at a high level. Overall, really enjoying what I've seen from Victor Oladipo up to this point. Yes, it is just 5-on-5 pickup, but again, you have to understand the idea. There are live scouts here. They are playing for a reason. These guys are playing with the hope that they will showcase something that a team needs, and someone is going to jump at the bit and take them in and try to acquire them to their organization. Oladipo is one of those guys in this workout, regardless of whether or not he's already played for this Heat team or whether or not he's already been in the NBA and as accomplished as he is still trying to showcase something. He's still trying to prove something and really prove everyone wrong that is assuming that he can't make this comeback due to the injuries he has dealt with and gone through over the last handful of years. I think this is a grade A move for this Miami Heat organization, and Victor Oladipo didn't mention anything about the Heat specifically, but he went on to tweet this about how great he really feels. I'm not going to read the entirety of it. I'll read the first 2 or 3 sentences because it gives you a good idea and really just how optimistic and how good Victor Oladipo really feels, and it gives you the idea that not only is he abundantly confident in his physical and emotional and mental abilities and really just where he's at currently, but as well as what he's looking to do going forward. So again, this is from Victor Oladipo himself on his Twitter just a few days ago. I feel so great right now, better than I felt in the last 7 years, mind, body, and soul. I know I'm a fighter. I know I'm a warrior. I have seen every lens this game and this league has to offer. I know I can help any team in any role win and win any way. I also know that the people want to see me succeed in this game and play at the highest level again. He goes on to say, my injuries are behind me and will never happen again. I'm ready to build a present now and a future of a lifetime. Then again, that is 3 or 4 of the sentences from Victor Oladipo in this tweet. It'll be tagged down below if you'd like to look through the rest of his account, as he goes on to post a lot of the footage from those 5-on-5 games that we referenced earlier. But overall, the idea in itself is phenomenal. I think it's a absolute slam dunk of an idea for this Miami Heat organization, not only bringing back Victor Oladipo and really a heartfelt moment to give him another chance, but also based off what we have seen, it looks like it could absolutely work for this Heat organization, while also just looking at this depth chart and breaking down the Pelle Larsson, the Rozier moves that we discussed earlier in this video, without a doubt the best move available for this Heat team going forward, in my honest opinion, through the rest of this offseason. Let me know down below what your overall thoughts and opinions are on this possible move for this Miami Heat organization. I will see you guys on the next episode of Heat Digest.